Hello once again and good afternoon. We are coming to you live from the International Conference Center in Abuja. That is the venue for the 58th Annual Delegates Meeting of the Nigerian Medical Association, which is also an election year, election meeting as a matter of fact. And we have this program we call 10 Minutes with the Candidates. And so I'm now with one of our presidential candidates. I would like him to introduce himself, let us know his pedigree, where he's coming from, and then what he intends to achieve in office in the next 2 years, if he gets elected tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Adamson, former chairman of Nigerian Medical Association, Lagos State, 2010 to 2012. Member of NEC, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016. I have been chairman of Nnamdi Kanu, Medical and Data Consultant Association of Nigeria, Youth Branch, 2008 to 2010. I have represented NMA at one of the boards. I represented NMA at the think tank committee of the Association of Professional Body of Nigeria up to 2016. And I am a consultant to the association and a lecturer at the University of Lagos. I have been involved in a lot of activities in NMA and its affiliate groups. And right now I'm offering myself for the position of president of NMA. And if elected into office, I have some programs I want to improve upon. I have to say this, that NMA has never been started. Every president that has come, or every executive that has come, has contributed their own quota to the growth of the association. And the current executive has also done very well. And we can see to it from the report that was given yesterday what the current executive has achieved and what is left to be done. One of the issues that is pertinent to me and which I intend to promote further than where we are now is the issue of welfare of doctors. Today, there are a lot of issues with doctors. Many doctors, if they are ill today and they need something like 1.5 million, they have to go out and look for money to treat themselves. And it's humiliating to see a doctor's picture appearing in the pages of newspaper or on radio, their photo on radio and on television asking for funds. We can do something about it where a fund is available to take care of a doctor when he's ill without recourse to begging to take care of that doctor, no matter how much the cost is. And we are working on this, that if we get there, we get this program going. The other thing that you know that sometimes we are in the forefront of diseases. And many times doctors get caught up and sometimes we lose our lives. Right now, in the current outbreak of Lassa fever in Nigeria, 4 doctors have died. It is my belief that NMA should be able to support the family of those doctors with something that is reasonable to cushion the pain and take care of the immediate family of those doctors. It's part of the welfare we are going to deal with. One of the other things in welfare has to do with tariff, unified tariff for doctors, not one tariff for the whole nation, but for every zone. A tariff is approved, is brought to the NMA floor, it is developed, NMA approves it, and it becomes a tariff that minimum charges for doctors. This can also be extended to what we do in NHIS, where doctors are just given anything, and as what they're going to give you as capitation, as capping for patients, and fee for service. This has to be determined in favor of doctors, so doctors don't become beggars in the area where they are working. I also have, yesterday we launched the 2017-2022 strategic plan. This is the second strategic plan NMA is having. And it is a well-written, well-researched document. That document needs to be implemented. I will implement it. Even this welfare I'm talking about is part of those things that are included in that document. Because the document is well-researched, it contains a lot of the program that I'm going to do also. So I'm going to implement that strategic plan. It is a way to move any forward. We assess it. Where we have issues, we improve on it. So that by the next we have another strategic plan, we have a better outcome from it. The NHIS law itself needs to be amended. Attempt is being made to admit. I'm going to put a lot of effort on it. because fee for service or out-of-pocket service is no more acceptable. That's one of the reasons why the health of Nigerians is very poor. And therefore, we need to make health insurance to work for the populace and for the benefit of the doctor also. And therefore, the law has to be amended, and I'm going to work on this with stakeholders to make sure the laws are amended that every member of the society gets health insurance, one way or the other. So we don't do out-of-pocket expenditure. And of course, I talk about the capping of patients per hospital facility, capitation to be paid to doctors, and fee for service to be paid to doctors for special procedure when they do them. And of course, we're going to work in such a way that HMO will not hold doctors to ransom. We treat patients, and 1 year later HMO has not paid, and then they come and say that they're going to pay a percentage. No, NMA is going to take it up that you cannot continue to treat us like rag in our environment where we are working. We also have issue of intra. We're talking about inter-professional disharmony. There's intra-professional disharmony, and the sort of weakening association not to fly high. We're going to set up a committee, work on this, and make sure each affiliate and each specialty work together as brothers, because the oath we say we are going to be our brother's keeper. We're going to respect our teachers, respect our colleagues, respect our students. So when we now do that and we have a harmonious relationship, it's going to benefit us. We intend to introduce students to the nuances of NMA from school. If you look at our code of conduct, you see that section 5 there states that the maintenance of the conduct of doctors depends on 2 organs. One is legal, and that is Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, and one is quasi-legal, because even the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria gives some recognition to Nigerian Medical Association as a legal body. So that they call it quasi-legal, Nigerian Medical Association. And that every doctor must familiarize themselves with at least 3 documents: the Medical and Dental Council of Nigerian law, the Code of Conduct of Doctors in Nigeria, for doctors in Nigeria, and the Nigerian Medical Association Constitution, its bylaws, and the state rules and regulations. It must be something all doctors know. Today, when we are graduating doctors, all we give them is the pledge. So we intend to package something that contains this. In fact, organize part of the training of doctors to know about this, and part of our CME year in year, you have to pass some aspect of part of the CME school contain part of this, so that we become familiarize ourselves with the way we work, and we reduce the apathy we have with NMA. The more we bring more people into NMA to understand what they are doing, the stronger the association will be, and the more we are going to understand ourselves and work better for the association. Of course, we have the issue of legislation in Nigeria. A lot of laws are being passed today, and it's dismembering and causing disharmony in the health sector. I'm going to advocate, I'm going to lobby for these laws to be harmonized and area of conflict are removed in the especially the regulatory bodies in the country, so that we can reduce areas of conflict, and we reduce all this issue of strike, fighting among other health workers, and the patients suffer the consequences. These are some of the things I intend to do. If our delegates give me their mandate to lead them in the next 2 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. These are really laudable programs. I'm really happy about this issue of bringing students also. I mean, let the students know while in medical school that they actually are graduated to become members of NMA. I'm really, really happy with that, with this program. So, we're going to hold you responsible to these promises. So when you get into office and you begin to slack on them, we're going to call your attention to them.
Jerry,
and that's why we're recording it.
Jerry,
so that
I want you to give me a close marking if I get to the office.
All right.
We know each other, and I'm going to enjoy your close marking.
Okay, Mr. President, in waiting. Another question, please. Just 1 minute or thereabout. Now, election is a democratic thing. It's about winning or losing.
Yeah.
Now, let me say that you don't win this election tomorrow. What will be your reaction? How are you going to take it?
I will gladly accept the outcome and congratulate my opponent. And I intend, if he's willing, to discuss this program with him and see what he can do among the program for the benefit of all Nigerian doctors. I'm going to, if I win the election, I'm going to spend only 2 years there. So there must be a system of continuum. And we are brothers. All of us are brothers. Therefore, I don't see a reason why, because you lose an election, you withdraw from enemy activity, you don't want to talk to the other person. And if you work with him, some of your program will be picked up, and it will benefit you and benefit the whole of the Nigerian doctor.
On the converse, let's say you win this election tomorrow. Do you believe in the politics of winner takes it all?
I don't believe so. In fact, there's no winner takes it all in this thing we are doing here. The first thing is that what we are working for is the betterment of Nigerian Medical Association. Winner cannot take it all. We don't even have a political party. We don't even have a division in the first instance. It's just that two people have interests and we are contesting for the same position. That's just it. It cannot be winner takes it all. There must be an all-inclusive government or council formed by me so that we can push enemy forward together. Because we have some good programs too that I will have to borrow from and utilize for the benefit of enemy.
Okay, sir. The last but not the least, it's been noted that you are having a joint platform with the Secretary General. You have been campaigning with him. The other candidate also has a joint platform with another Secretary General. Now, assuming that the person you have been campaigning with as Secretary doesn't win the election, how are you going to be able to work with the other candidate who is not on your platform?
For example, if I had the other candidate as General Secretary, I don't have a problem with it. We just, for convenience, move together and look at our programs and say, okay, your program is closer to mine. Okay, so let's work together because we see that, the program we are bringing forward as Secretary General, we can synergize it with mine. Okay, now, the other candidate, let me tell you, when I was NMA chairman in Lagos, he was chairman of GID, medical GID, and we worked together. Even when the doctors were sacked under him, I was the chairman of NMA that covered him, brought it into attention of international NMA, and the whole of NMA moved to Lagos, and we restored those doctors. So we are together. We are in the same NMA Lagos. We are not in opposite camp. So it will be very easy for us to work together for the benefit of the association.
All right, thank you so much. So what are your parting words?
My parting word is that I believe I have the pedigree to lead this action in the next 2 years. And I'm asking my brothers and sisters in the Nigerian Medical Association to give me that opportunity to serve. And I'm sure with God on my side and their support behind me, I will perform. I will deliver.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. President in the waiting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.